All right, another informational text about the American Revolution, sort of moving forward in time from the one yesterday, or the last one, sorry. Um, so the last one was talking about the events that led up to it, and this is talking a bit more about what happened during it. Now, it sort of introduces a number of things that you'll be continuing to read about, like the experience of African Americans fighting in the American Revolution, Native American tribes, what was it like for them? Women, what role did women play? So, one thing we'll be looking a lot at is, the different perspectives of people in the war. A lot of times, unfortunately, in our textbooks, or what's presented is just one side of a historical event. So, with the American Revolution, we hear a lot about white men who were involved, which isn't bad, right? There was important white men, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, different people were involved. So we just also want to remember there were other people in the colonies in America that affected what happened, and we want to think about what it was like for them and what perspective they had. Now, what you are doing as you read, you'll underline key details just like the last text. That should help you figure out the main idea, because then at the bottom you're going to need to tell me the main idea and describe an important event that happened during the American Revolution. As a reminder, main idea, we're talking about what is this text mostly about. So you can look at the title. If we're looking at the fight for independence. Okay, so has something to do with how they're fighting to be their own country. Headings, graphic features. There's a timeline. Make sure you read the timeline. Okay, it lays things out in chronological order, in time order. There's a picture here. Who is the picture of? Why is that important? Again, you'll be underlining text details. Look for things that are repeated. That can be a good clue. And then when you tell me the main idea, you're not just telling me the war, the American Revolution. Like, yes, I know that's the topic of this. Okay, but what is the author telling me about that? Many people were involved in helping America win the war. That's one example of the main idea of this. And remember, there's different ways to say the main idea. It's not like anything will work, but there are different options. Now, make sure you're not getting too narrow. If I said something like, women helped America win, that's more of a detail. It does talk about how women helped America win, but the whole thing is not about women helping win the war. So that's more of a detail that would support the main idea of many people helped win, or helped America win. Many people had to work together to bring the country together. So just keep in mind that you need to think, okay, is this a detail? Is this the main idea? Again, like Thomas Paine wrote this pamphlet that helped inspire people. That's an important detail, but it's not what the whole thing is about. So keep that in mind when you're writing the main idea. And for an important event, don't just tell me, like, George Washington organized the army. That's true. Maybe give me a little more detail. Like, they were running out of soldiers, so George Washington paid soldiers to fight in the war. Okay, so a little more detail as much as possible. Don't just tell me, like, women helped. Okay, that's an event that happened. Like, yes, women helped, but give me a specific woman who helped. Just a little more detail. Notice how I gave you 2 lines. So if you just give me 2 words on 2 lines, that's a good clue that you should write a little more. And just like the last one, just like all of them, I am more than happy to help. This is not something you might have read or heard about, so it's new information, lots of new words. So I'm more than happy to help walk you through it, help you figure out the main idea, things like that, okay? So just make sure you ask if you would like, even if you just want a hint or two. I'm happy to do that. Good luck.